So, in today's episode of the Daily Grind podcast, I already recorded like a 5-minute clip on my phone of what we're about to talk about. And
What is up, everybody?
Podcast, talking about bullshit and other things.
it's unjustifiable what just happened in that clip, right? It basically shows a photographer at the so-called protests for Donald Trump, or rally, whatever you want to call it, and the photojournalist basically gets his ass whooped. Okay, they basically throw him around, beat his ass, hurt the guy, and they're acting like complete thugs. This reminds me of like the bully I dealt with in high school. They certainly dress the same, like cowboys, like redneck type people. And I'm not saying all Donald Trump supporters are like this. I'm not saying everybody who voted for the guy is a piece of shit or a racist or a bigot or somebody who's going to be out there looking to hurt somebody. I'm not saying that, because that's just a stereotype. That's like saying all white people are racist, or saying all black people are thugs, which is not even the case. It's like saying, like, these stereotypes don't even make sense to me. I don't care if you're black or white, pink or blue. Really, I don't care. I don't care if you voted for Trump, but the bottom line is the way this man was treated in this video is blatantly disgusting.
By his straps, thrown around by this guy.
So, cutting off the audio because the audio is being played by Jared from Frono's Photo, and I don't want to have his video being over mine. And you can see these people are pushing him around, throwing him like a piece of garbage because they're thinking he's the bad guy, and he's just a photographer doing his job. And realistically, there's one guy there. Why does it take like all these punk asses to rally together and bully somebody? He was like 6'2", maybe like 180 pounds. So when you're in high school, that's a big dude. And he had like a following of like people that would do anything. He would like beat their ass, and they'd go over there and like pick on the person, and he would sit there in the back like, ha 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 ha. It's funny. It's not funny. It says this attack on a AP's photographer. So that's the Associated Press. This is what happened when all you good people laugh or stand by and copy statements from Donald Trump when he calls journalists fake news. I mean, I'm not going to say all news is fake, but there is a majority of it out there that is. But I'm not even getting into the fake news or anything like that. Was this justified, what happened to this journalist? Like, is it justified that they threw his body over the wall and they're still trying to grab him, and the other people on the other side are doing the right thing? They're picking him up like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this to this guy? Like, you might not agree with the newspapers. You might not agree with, like, the newscaster. But when I go out and hurt somebody, and I'll be honest, I did vote for Donald Trump, but do I follow him like a cult? No, I don't. I don't really follow him. I don't really care about politics, honestly. It's like black and white to me. I don't care who's. I really don't care. Politics to me is like the dumbest thing in the world, because people argue and fight over. It's like a damn religion. It's disgusting how these people act. And for them to throw this guy literally like this, just literally throw him over a wall, and all he was doing was taking out his camera and he was filming or taking pictures because that's his job. Because look, that's straight disgusting. Like, he could have injured himself, hurt him, and they're still trying to get with him. And you can see those guys, they were like, yo, they were trying to help him up, and like, yo, back up, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, give him his camera. Like, these dudes, this dude right here, I respect, because he's like, hey, you give him his camera, give him his stuff. He tried to help him up and made him feel good. And he's trying to pull out his like press pass to say, hey, I work for this organization. just because you work for an organization doesn't mean you believe in everything they're spreading on their news channel. You could just be a cameraman or a videographer or a guy taking pictures, and you just send it to like the editor, and that's all you are. You're not part of the like whatever you want to call it, like globalist planners. But see, he's trying to give him his stuff. He's like, yo, here's your camera back, man. And he's like, look, here's my passes. Like, I work for them. Like, it could have seriously got worse. It seriously could have went worse. They could have like effed them up, stomped them on the ground. And like, when you're in that environment, it's like fight or flight at that point. It's like, I'm going to get my ass whooped tonight. I'm losing this fight. And that's how it is. He could have felt like he was getting beat up. He was going to get hurt. And the Associated Press is more neutral than any other news organization. They just post the news, what happens. And for this guy to be posting whatever he was doing out there, like taking pictures, like I said, and the photographers are getting attacked and beat up, that's disgusting. And like, because I'm saying it like this, man, I'm saying not everybody who voted for this guy is a piece of shit. And I believe a lot of these people that show up even to the Black Lives Matter movement protests, to whatever protest there ever been in history, there's always people that want to start violence. And if one person starts the violence, it calculates to multiple people, because it's like I said, if you have one person at like a metal concert start pushing people, it will start a chain reaction most of the time to start a mosh pit, and then you have like 20 people moshing, 30 people, and then it opens up to a big mosh pit and people start going bananas. But this looked like it was turning into a damn war zone, beating up the photographer for no reason. And this looks like a Twitter video, right? And it gets even worse, okay? Like I said, I understand why people are fired up. I understand people are sick of what's going on. People are sick and tired of being locked down. They're sick and tired of being unable to work. Because a lot of these people showed up because they're like, I'm unable to work. I don't have a job. So they had nothing to lose. Do you guys think this is justified? Look at this shit. There's a camera crew there, like, filming for, like, CNN or just for whatever. And look, and here's the thing. Would all these people be doing this if there weren't in the crowd? Because a lot of times people do this in a crowd because they're like, oh, if I start stuff, everybody's going to follow. So I'm not going to get blamed because I can run through the crowd and leave while the other people go to jail. Because, see, they're just regular photographers doing their job. And you can see these people. I don't call them protesters. I call them thugs, okay? I don't care. Those are thugs right there. That's not how you protest. That's definitely not how you get a message across. You don't threaten photographers. Like what does a photographer have to do with like a Donald Trump? I don't even think these people even care about Donald Trump, to be honest. I think a lot of these people are here just to start shit, to be honest. I really believe the protesters were here to F up the media. They were here to do brutality. And to be honest, like I said, I don't care if you support like Trump or you support Alex Jones or you think those guys are in the right. I am not telling you not to support Donald Trump or not to support Alex Jones or not to support David Icke, these guys. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, how can you support a scumbag that's beating up a guy with a camera? Like, how is that justifying anything? You're just knocking shit over and you think you're some tough guy. Like really? You're not a tough guy. You're really not. You're not a tough guy. So now you're going to take someone's like $30,000 camera and break it, and you think you're a tough guy. That's not a tough guy. That's not a badass. You're not a badass. I'm a Harley Davidson badass. Look at me. Like, really? Like, I understand you're frustrated because your team lost or your team got ripped off, however you want to look at it. But to be honest, I don't understand why somebody would take it this far. Like I said, I'm just a regular ass dude shooting this shit with you guys on my podcast, and this is crazy. I didn't even know about this until I was watching Frono's photos a little video about it where he said photographers were attacked. That's crazy. Like, really? That's disgusting to me. Why I say it's disgusting is, how would you justify beating up a cameraman? That don't make sense to me. That's like you go into the supermarket and you're beating up the cashier because of the price of your soda is too expensive. She didn't price it. You're stomping her out because your beer is like $5 instead of the $3 that it says on the shelf, or the $3 that you think it should be. No justification, but I hope everybody that got injured, because there was probably a lot of people that got injured. And I'll say this, there's probably a lot of people, I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's probably a hell of a lot of people that showed up to this Donald Trump rally that were there for the right reasons. They were there to actually make a difference. They were actually there to try to change the election for Donald Trump. There was probably a lot of people that seen it on Twitter that Donald Trump wanted this rally, and they were like, yeah, we're going to go and we're going to make change. This is going to be a change for Trump to win the election. That's what they were going for. But there's always, like I said, at these rallies and these protests and all these other things, always somebody there that wants to instate the violence, the brutality. They are there just for that. They have no other reasoning for going. They wouldn't go if no one else they knew were going. They wouldn't just go by themselves and hold up a sign, I support Trump 2021. They're not going to do that. They want to extinguish violence and put fear into somebody. And that reminds you of the bully that I met that messed with me in high school. He messed with me and bullied me around until I stood up and stood my ground. And the day that he was going to do something, he grabbed me by my shirt and said, hit me now. You're crazy. I was like, hit me, because I wanted him to hit me so I could swing on him, because I wasn't going to be doing the first punch. And ever since then, he looked at me like, you're nuts. And it was because I stood up for myself. He did not like that. And it seems like that's what these people are doing. These are like bullies that have nothing else going on. So they're going to pick on a cameraman or a videographer or a person who has a microphone doing a live stream. They're going to harass them and beat them up and feel like a tough guy. In reality, it didn't change nothing. Even Donald Trump came out and said, hey, we lost. We're going to come back in 2024, and we're going to try to win the election then. But until then, he told people on it in a Twitter video that, yo, it's time to go home. It's time to call it quits. We lost. It's okay. Shit happens. But these people didn't want to hear it. They were so intense in rage. A lot of these people, they just wanted to go there and F people up. So that's my take on it. I think it was straight disgusting what we've seen. Straight disgusting. And hopefully all the photographers are okay and not seriously injured because of what they did. And yes, the photography lifestyle and the photography game is a very hard job, because you have to put yourself into like riots, into hurricanes, into other things that is like putting your life at danger. But a lot of these people did not assume this was going to happen. People are going to break into the Capitol building. People are going to do shit. I never thought that would ever happen. I just thought they would go up there and they'd march. It's March. I didn't think there'd be looting and breaking buildings and doing all sorts of craziness. I didn't really think that would ever happen. And honestly, I thought they would just march and picket. Yeah, we want Donald Trump to win. I never thought the violence and the crazy shit and the photographers were being beat up like they were. But as always, it's your boy Trevor back with another podcast, baby.